in years past as the meta's evolved, but still a defender-sided map. Toronto should be aiming for a 4-2 split minimum, and then a 3-3 split optimal, and then a 4-2 split would be amazing. Or attacking split, 2-4 split, I should say. I think lineups have changed a little bit. Obviously, they've brought more shotguns. They've brought the silenced TCSG on Bolo. Not that Bolo, guys. It's a different Bolo. Sorry, we don't have the famous one. This league's too big. He didn't have the name recognition to get in this league. Actually, he applied, but he didn't make it. Oh, but Jinxie, he can make it. He can form his own team for all I care. That'd be crazy.
Maybe he will.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, someone message him. Someone message Jinxie. I'll pay you $2 Canadian if you do it for us. Oops. Oh, I think we're gonna see. So Sparks, he's holding inside of study room. He's gonna get droned out. He has the ACS-12 on Azami. It's a bit of a bold choice, but to hold a long angle like this, I can see its value. 3 people who are going to attempt to flush with this Azami. 4 if you count Ducky coming in from the other side. He's gonna have to contend with Corn Plumber inside of Vault. If Ducky doesn't know Corn Plumber's on the left side, Corn Plumber could swing and get him early. Naturalite takes down Corn Plumber, and that will clear up the entire side of the map. Skittles. I believe we are back and live. I'll wait for Skittles to get back, folks. Apologies for the outage. We're going to get underway shortly. So hold on, folks. 1 second. Skittles. Hold on, folks. Ah, there he is. There he is. Alright, Skittles, so what have I missed? Okay, we'll give him another minute. Oh, there he is. Skittles, what have I missed?
I thought it was my internet that died.
No, no, no. Unfortunately not. Where's Houston's fourth? Let's see what's going on with them, folks. Apologies
It's
for the delay.
corn plumber.
Where is Corn Plumber? Where is this guy?
They added him. They are trying to. I think he had an issue.
Of course we start on time. And
Yeah, that's always what happens, though. You know that.
you can't have a perfect game. I don't think it's possible.
No. And if you do, it's not. It's never.
This guy joined back.
There's always something wrong.
There is always something. But at least our delay's insane. It's like 480 seconds now. So, so whatever.
No cheating in this lobby.
Oh, the timer pot, like, there's no going, like.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
That's just the game, no?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was too long. Oh, he left. He has to go to a birthday party.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he gets to 4v5. Birthday. Couldn't be late to the birthday party? This better be some crazy birthday party. If I'm being honest.
Alright, well, I guess we're in a 4v5?
I guess so. Balls in your court, Toronto.
I mean, we've seen this happen before.
We have twice. 2 more times than should ever happen.
Yeah.
Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
All right. So Toronto
yeah.
won the second round. We don't know. I don't know what happened. Vac, do you know what happened?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
So it's 1-1 though. Toronto obviously in a very, very peculiar position because they inherited the worst record in the league. And there goes Sparks. He's gonna equal it up right away. Ties Milky Way. He's struggling to begin. But yeah, Toronto, they absolutely need every win they can get. This game is a must win. If they don't win this game, their playoff picture becomes much harder because their final 2 games of the season are Miami and Calgary.
But again, by that point, you would think that they're secured. Maybe they don't start their
That's
actual.
exactly what those teams. I don't know about that. I feel like I just think Toronto needs to get back up there as soon as possible, and this win would get them there. It would put them at 7. Like this win would be huge for Toronto.
Natural
It would.
Light takes out Vac.
Yeah, there we go. Natural Light, he takes out Vaccine, so it's a 3v4. And as I was saying, Skittles, coming into this play, let's be real. People didn't expect Toronto. This wasn't supposed to be a Toronto game, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Toronto's played great, but Houston, Calgary, Atlanta, and Miami are all.
They're playing well.
Oh wait! Oh, thank goodness! I thought my internet died again. I saw red on OBS, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna end it all." Yeah, they've played well,
you're good.
but they haven't played, like the other team. They haven't played as well as the top 4. Oh, Ducky gets lit up by Sparks, and all of a sudden it's a 3v3. Toronto needs to capitalize on this inherent man advantage they've been given. Naturalite, Guy Massive, and JP are what stand for the Toronto Paradox. Oh, there goes Bolo to Naturalite's Type 89. And Sparks' position gets revealed by an air jab, but he does catch JP, NBA player, off guard. It's a 2v2 all of a sudden. This man count advantage hasn't been played in the favor of the Paradox. Guy Mass takes out a tonic, and it's all down to Sparks with the UMP 45 and a
Well,
dream.
he needs to ace to win the round.
He does need to ace to win the
able to
round. Oh,
do
he's got a
it.
quad kill. It's all done to Naturalite against Sparks. They're quick peeking. Oh, he has a nitro in hand, and all of the site is soft. If he has to know, he has to know. There we go. He is going to plant on the hard wall. Nitro whiffs. Balls in your court, Naturalite. Where is Sparks? Oh! He barely.
Any other gun, the UMP kills him.
Any other gun but the UMP kills him. Stun grenade burned. He catches him, and it's an ace for Sparks. The Toronto Paradox 5v4 gets off to a terrible start, slow out of the gate. Houston Havoc take round 3. They're up 2-1 off of Sparks' ace. Wow.
Great. Sparks picked one up, got the spawn peak, and then just killed the other 4.
Yeah, well, he did. He did.
And I thought he was gonna. I think Naturalite there. He played it well. I think he just when he turned it around, I would just hold the angle, because you right.
Yeah, I think he didn't know that the stun grenade was burned, and then after that he thought he had cover. He wouldn't push while he was blind, but there was an ADS still standing, so naturally got caught off guard. Either way, Toronto finds themselves in the hole now, and if I'm them, I just need to get this game out of the way as quickly as possible. We can't be losing a 5v4 to the Houston Havoc. Especially now when we're contending for the playoffs.
Check your admin chat in Discord.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
No, it's nothing. I think it might be just a rehost request.
Rehost? I said he went to a birthday.
No, I think they're asking for Naturalite's ping, because it was 220.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Let's see if that calms down this round. But they can go
5 seconds left.
full rotation here.
They could.
Is to locate a bomb and defuse
Let's see if they can defend Kitchen. Obviously, holding Kitchen with 4 people is not going to be easy. Let's ride on board with Ducky, or let's go on with Guy Massive.
If you get an early pick like they did last round, it makes it much more manageable. But we'll see. Sparks back on the UNC and Pulse, so we'll see where he's playing.
I don't think they have no upstairs presence, interestingly enough. I think they're just going to play it from below with their shotguns and nitro cells. Sparks, he's detecting. Oh, he gets a ping right away. A heartbeat ping rather quickly as he detects. I believe that is... Was it? I think it was Guy Matt. Nope. I think it was Ty's Milky Way. No, it's Naturalite who was on the rappel with Hibana. What is Toronto's plan here?
very slow so far. 2 minutes to go. Looks like they're not gonna take any chances. They want to make sure that they drone out everything and make their calls. There's the nitro burned of the nuke, so that's one nitro on the off the board and no damage done. Paul still has his in his pocket, so he can use his. That frost man,
That's
if
gonna
they don't
catch.
drone,
Nope. That's. Oh.
no,
Okay. I thought they
it's
didn't know.
Ducky. No, it's Ducky. Ducky, we
Oh.
played with Ducky quite a few times. That would have been a clip if that I would have never let him live down if that was the case.
Yeah, that's one of the oldest frost mat placements in the book. Bolo, vaccines. Oh, out comes an early nitro, but I believe there was a hard wall in the way protecting that Toronto player. Out comes more explosives. There are no nitros on the board. All that's left are shotguns for the defending Houston Havoc. There's so far no kills. 2 minutes into the game, no kills. 4v5. Sparks falls to JPNBA. That's a big pick right there. He was the only reason the Havoc won last round. It's a 5v3 advantage. Toronto, you cannot throw this away. Ducky falls to Atonic. It's a 4v3. Can Ties Milky Way get a kill on the board? Vaccines Atonic, he's taking heavy damage. It's from above. I think that's Ties Milky Way lighting him up. He's going to continue to try to find that retreating castle. All of Toronto playing vertical angles except for Natural Light and JPNBA, who are pushing in through Art and Natural Light through Cellar or Pantry, I believe. Oh no, from Laundry.
30 seconds, 20 seconds to go now.
Oh man, everyone's just blinding themselves. I don't know what. Toronto, get to work.
15 seconds to go.
13 seconds. A Yana clone's going in. This attack is much maligned. JPNBA isn't able to pick off. Oh no, frags are not going the way of Toronto. Okay, Ties takes out one. He takes out another. Can he find the third? There's not enough bullets in the magazine. The Houston Havoc are up 3-1. Oh no. That round did not go at all in the favor of the Paradox. Far too slow, far too sloppy. That was not an optimal round for the boys in red and white.
I think it was, I was literally going to say, I think the difference was literally the maligned attack. It was very slow. I get it, you want to make sure that...
I guess it's a rehost. I guess they're forcing me to do one.
I guess it's a rehost. Alright, little rehost. It is.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that, I didn't know I could be forced to do a rehost. So Skittles, why don't you talk about the standings as we get this match underway once more?
Yeah, so the standings pretty much have been unchanged since the beginning of the year. It's really been the same top three in each division. Also, for any of those wondering where the hell Montreal has been, Montreal is not in the country. Their games all got pushed back to beyond May 15th, so they'll be in action next week. But I did see a couple questions in the server about where the heck Montreal's been because they haven't played. The reason is because they're not in the country. So they are going to be playing a couple of doubleheaders going forward and such to make up their games. Other than that, I mean, Toronto, a win today would really push them up into pretty good territory in terms of the playoff race. The East is really I think 1-2 are going to be secured. Atlanta, Miami, and Montreal. Really depends what Montreal we see coming back from their vacation, I guess you can call it, because they very well have showed that they're not as good as their their standing suggests, because they lost 7-1 to Vegas, but then they also destroyed other teams. Looking at the West, Houston, Calgary are pretty safe bets, and I would say Vancouver as well. Anchorage, I would say, I mean, they're pretty much guaranteed that spot too. But the Sevens, the Ascension, are pretty much vying for those
and Anaheim.
The play-in spot. And I was just about to mention, I like Anaheim, but at the same time, Anaheim has not shown that they are able to close out games. Like versus Toronto, they started great, great start. And then you said it was that once they lose one or two rounds in a row, it seems to snowball, and then they just lose the game. And I think that's exactly what happened in both back-to-back games for them now. So unless they can turn it around this coming week, which they don't play today, right? I don't believe they played
They
today.
do play today against the Boston Oathsworn.
Oh, they do. Oh, yes, I'm
Yeah.
looking at it right now. They do play. So unless they beat Boston tonight, I don't. I think their playoff chances are pretty glim. But again, we've seen stranger things happen, so it's very, very possible that they could go on a stretch run here, especially with the May transfer window happening on the 16th to the 17th, which is this coming week. If they make a couple of changes, you never know. They might be able to put a stretch run together.
Yeah, at this point, the top seeds are all but decided, I think. What order they're in is debatable, especially in
Yeah.
the West, but who's going to fill out the rest of those spots, we really don't know.
If anybody's wondering, the way the playoffs in Hyper Series work is the number one through four seeds are guaranteed a
No,
spot in the
1 through
playoff.
3.
Sorry, one through three are guaranteed in the playoffs. Four and five go into a wild card or play-in tournament, whatever big five sport you watch. They go into a play-in, so they will play their own best of three between each other, and the winner of that will make it into the actual playoffs, and then they would take on be the first seed, correct?
Yes, yes.
So the first seed. So just like any Big Five sport, one would play the lowest, and then two and three would play each other. Winners of those would go forward to the conference final, and then the winner of that would go to the Hyper Series final, playing the winner from the other
That's
conference.
right.
So
And try to win the famed Hyper Cup. Who
yeah,
will win the Hyper? I don't know. Who is going to win the Hyper Cup this season? I mean, if you're a betting man, betting odds would say Miami. But we still have a transfer window coming. So, in all honesty, we really have no idea. You know, at the
yeah,
beginning of the season, the landscape's changed so much. At the beginning of the season, everyone went, the two strongest teams in the league are Miami and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's dropped out of the league and was replaced by a new roster. So, oh, I think we're good to go.
you're good because Corn Plumber's at a birthday party. So
Hold on, but I have to. Oh, I forgot to. We have to set up the game to make sure the score stays the same. Skittles, who are the band operators?
it's gonna be Wamai, Warden, Jackal.
Thank God you're here.
Oh my God,
Jackal.
Ace.
Yes, that was it.
Oh man, you're really making me dig into that memory.
And then, so I believe, let me think of the rounds that were. So round one was a defense win. I keep talking about the standings. I'll figure this out.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna move on to something other than the standings. I'm gonna
Sure,
move
sure.
on to, if anybody's wondering what happens post this year, because I mean we're almost there. We're almost at the end of the season, which is crazy to think. But for any teams or anybody watching that wants to participate in Hyper Series going forward, the way that we're most likely gonna have it is a play-in tournament or a qualifying major. We'll just figure out the name of it. Where in between the end this season and the beginning of next season, the bottom two teams, so the 2 7 seeds in each conference, will play in that tournament against any new inbound coming teams. The winners of each will be able to get a spot in Hyper Series and be able to play next year in season 4. We still haven't decided if we're opening it up to 16 teams yet or 14. That'll be obviously news to come. And if you're in the Discord server, you will know, like everybody else, as soon as that happens.
Okay, we're back underway. Score is correct. Hopefully, the Toronto players are not lagging up a storm. You know, we will see. I mean, it's your responsibility to have good internet, but you know.
I think they're good.
It should be good, hopefully. Hopefully. Toronto needs this, man. Losing this would be just a kick in the gut on your playoff path. Because Toronto, their schedule is not easy. They have to face I'm pretty sure, all of the top 4. This is their first of facing the top 4. They still have to face
They get
Miami,
Atlanta next
Atlanta,
week.
Calgary, and
They get Atlanta next week. And then they have to play Vegas, which I think is going to be made up on May 29th. Then they would play LA,
Attackers need to locate
Miami,
and defuse bombs.
and
Boston.
Calgary.
They still play Boston though, I believe, as well.
I don't think so.
They do. I checked the schedule. Either way,
Attackers have discovered
round
the
5,
location
2
of
rounds
a
to go in
bomb.
the first half. The Havoc are going to go back to Statuary Trophy. Remember, they very nearly lost this site if it wasn't for Vaccines' clutch. Let's see if he can pull that off, and we'll have to make a note for the stat keepers that they'll have to combine stats from both hosts of the game.
That stat keeper's name is Ragnar OSG.
Excellent.
So
I said there's going to be cake at the Houston birthday.
There better be cake.
Everybody, it better be bussin' cake. It better be ice cream cake if you're leaving a Hyper Series game like for this. But I don't think he's going to be losing too much sleep over it, considering his team is up 3-1 without him.
Well, still early.
Still early.
But
Absolutely.
again, was it Ottawa? Yeah, Big Sarge in Ottawa did it.
Yeah.
So it was against Boston, so we'll see if Houston's able to do it too. Sparks is going to make a campaign here for Player of the Day.
Ducky is chilling. JPNBA's having fun with angled and an extended barrel on the G36Z. That is an interesting combo.
Gets the job done, though.
JPNBA, he's been on Dokkaebi for the majority of this game. Now he's switched over onto Yana. Let's see what he can do with a more fragging-oriented operator, considering he was the one getting picks. Naturalite, obviously. I've never seen an attacking armor Naturalite doesn't play Hibana in any game. And oh no, JPNBA, he takes out Vaccines. Big pick for them. That's a good start. They take another one, though. It's just Ducky. He collects Bolo. 5v2 advantage. Toronto. They're going to begin to impede on the site and come down on it as Sparks takes out JPNBA and he lights up Ducky at the same time. It's a big flanking maneuver from the roaming bandit. Atonic, he's inside of bathroom. He knows the position of one of the Toronto players. I believe that is the knock. He does find Ty's Milky Way, but Ty's Milky Way. Guy Massive goes down. Toronto's losing gunfights left and right. That flank's proven to be deadly, and it's just Ducky has snuck his way into sight like the ninja he is. 3v1. Sparks, MP7 in his hands. He's going to have to deny plant. No, he can't deny plant, because Diffuser... Where's Diffuser?
Where is it?
Hello? Toronto? Where? I actually...
Oh, it's there. It's on that. Look, it's on the stairs. It's on the landing on the main stairs.
Oh, that's extremely unfortunate. Does Sparks have an angle watching the doorway? He doesn't. He's going to get pushed from 2 directions. He finds Ducky playing the rat angle. Ties Milky Way. He's on half. Ooh, and there goes Naturalite. Coming in from behind. Excellent distraction and pincer move from the Toronto Paradox. Still,
I mean,
around far too close than it had to be.
I don't think that was an excellent maneuver. Ducky's swinging him in prone. It's not Call of Duty, Ducky. We don't... You can't really move when you're in prone.
He's worming around.
But the round is won just the same, but Toronto gets one back when they need... Got to start stringing them together here.
Absolutely they do. Keep in mind, though, it is Villa.
Yeah,
but it's a
that's
5v4.
true.
So, you know, it's a 5v4. Even though it's Villa, you still got to win your rounds. Hopefully they can pull it off here. Obviously, we're hearing ping issues, but just that comes with playing Siege Online, unfortunately.
I mean, it seems like the ping has straightened itself out, though.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs
But yeah,
as they
Ducky
can.
with that excellent sneak into sight, catching Atonic off guard. That was an excellent move, and if they had Diffuser, that round would have been over much quicker and much more decisively.
Attackers have discovered the
Remember,
location
folks, never
of a
give
bomb.
Diffuser to the guy that dies first. That's we have that rule, don't we, Skittles?
Yeah.
Never give Diffuser to Paradox.
Put the diffuser in my hand, you know it'll be in safekeeping.
Or mine. I mean, no, probably if you put it in mine, it might not, like, enter the building. So
10 seconds
you gotta
remaining.
run outside to go get it.
5 seconds to insertion.
Skittles?
Yeah.
What?
No, I'm okay.
No, because Siege just died. The stream's fine.
Oh.
That's very weird.
What do you mean Siege died?
The game server just closed.
Oh. Okay.
That's so weird. Siege is like, I'm fine. The stream's fine. I'm still talking to you.
Yeah, no.
Was I just like doxed out of my own game? Okay, we're back in. It's fine. Oh, let's go. Let's see. Seamless. That's never happened to me. Good, and nothing's even happened. Amazing.
Okay. So it's just one of those nights on Siege, isn't it?
It is one of those nights, and I just realized you don't have a share screen.
It's okay. I can from staring at a what's it called? At a black screen. I just make it up on the fly.
Oh yeah, definitely. There we go. So opening frag goes to the Paradox. You're gonna open up their advantage 5-3.
Opening frag on a frag.
Yeah.
Very nice by JT.
This is Houston's final defending round. They're gonna hope to come out of it with an advantage, and Toronto's gonna hope to tie it. It's not looking
nice
likely.
frag.
There we go. A tonic goes down, but Sparks refrags right onto JPNBA. JPNBA JPNBA is so much heavy damage he died actually. Bolo, he's still on full. He retreats into vault. Can he get a tonic? Oh, he gets lit up by Natural Light. Not Natural Light.
Yeah.
That was Ty's Milky Way who's
Ty.
putting in work from next to that maps table. Banshee device goes down. It's all down to Sparks. He falls. Guy Massive's frags went massive. Toronto Paradox tied up 3-3 here on Villa.
I think that is a great half for the Toronto side.
Except for dropping those 2 rounds with...
Yeah, you dropped it 2 rounds. I mean, obviously, Horn going to his birthday party, and, you know, doing that was, helps Toronto. I'm not going to try and beat around the bush. It helps Toronto, obviously, but, I mean, you have to take advantage of stuff when circumstances like this happen. I mean, as much as it sucks for Houston, I wanted to see this 5v5, and if Houston, you guys are going back to watch the stream, I would have loved to see this game 5v5. But, I mean, obviously, Korn has his birthday parties to attend to with his cake. So, that's just how it goes. So, what do you think, Mr. Vac? Do you think Toronto can clean this up in 3 or 4?
I hope they clean it up in general, because... I mean, I'm biased, you know, from here.
Yeah, of course.
But...
I try and stay unbiased.
I think it'd just be such a cool story. The team that came in halfway, worst record in the league, veteran from our previous season, second place team in the league, sorry, third place team from last season, veteran with a new roster.
But they choked it. They choked that. San Antonio choked that.
They absolutely did. Veteran, took in that old roster, took in that inherited team or whatever. Had a terrible record, 0 points. Takes Anchorage 8-7 in their debut after being called up less than 24 hours before, and then just goes on a tear in regular season and qualifies for the play-in, and then gets to the play-in to face the first seed and hopefully give Miami or something a run for their money.
Once you're in, like any Big Five, anything could happen. Just got to get in, right?
Absolutely. And there's still a transfer window to go, you know?
Yeah, and I've been talking to them, obviously with me being the owner of the org, I've been talking to Natural Light, and he says they already have, if they're allowed a second pickup, because obviously we haven't finalized that yet as the admin team, but if they're allowed a second pickup, then they have one ready, but they already have one for sure, guaranteed, ready to go. So they're making a push for it. He said that he wants to, you know, make us proud, as he wants to make Toronto proud. Natural Light takes a lot of damage from Sparks, who's on the rappel there. And that's great to see. I mean, obviously it's a video game and you know, big deal with like heart, but you want to see people that actually want to play, and this group of guys seem like they want to do that more than our first group. But we'll see if they're able to, like you said, string it together.
So the rest of all of Toronto is no, not all of Toronto. Naturally on an extremely deep roam. It's all the way in the basement on Castle. Ducky on red, and the rest of the Toronto players are all near site, playing with a very robust 90 setup. This is interesting right here. Wow, that's a cool one. They definitely have a bulletproof. Yeah, they do.
I like that rotation. I like how they you open up the site. Like obviously it's not the site, but you give yourself a little bit more area to run around, and you delay the offense here. I mean, they've delayed them almost 2 minutes, just having Natural like there and Ducky close by. So we'll see it. Ducky, just speaking about him, that's a great kill on the Nitro cell onto Atomic Sledge, who hasn't picked one up since the rehost. As now it'll be who's this? This is JP who's gonna fall off.
He whiffs. Whiffs with the MK14. Sparks gets brought within an inch of his life. Ducky collects vaccines. Can he get the final member of Houston, or is it going to be Naturalite or Ties who finds him? Ties collects Sparks. Toronto takes the lead for the first time this map. They're up 4-3. 3 rounds to go until their second win in this league. I hope Marks is proud.
For anybody also wondering, I just popped on my hand because we're speaking about new rosters. You're going to see the debut of the new Tampa Bay Tidal Wave roster in about 15-20 minutes or so, assuming we end on time here. That'll be very interesting because we know like nothing about them, like zero. I don't know, Back, you might know.
They just applied it. I was like, yeah, put them in. Like, we got a vacancy, put them in. Like, yeah, why not?
Like most of the teams that have taken over, like Boston, everybody knows Oathsworn. This Toronto roster, people knew the San Antonio Spice, but we have no clue who's taken over this team. It's a guy that just applied, and we're gonna see if he makes Ducky proud, because that was Ducky's team.
Yeah, now Ducky is a journeyman, just going from team to team, helping them get W's. It's definitely probably the biggest free agent coming into this upcoming transfer window.
He's got a good resume, I gotta say.
He does. I don't know. I haven't been up to date with the rumor mill. I don't know where he's supposed to be going.
I mean, I am. I don't want to leak.
Where he's projected to go. No, it's okay. We'll let everyone find out. I don't even know.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I won't leak it.
10 seconds left.
I've heard rumblings.
5 seconds to insertion.
You know what a team I think could use Ducky?
What?
This might be unexpected, but I think like Vancouver. I know Vancouver likes being their 5-stack.
It's funny you say that.
But I think Ducky on Vancouver would actually be a very, very big pickup.
So I have to say that that team is one of 2 or 3 to offer Ducky a position for his services. So
yeah, I just feel like they could use I just feel like he would fit. I don't know.
Well, he did play with Kuyuda before on Toronto.
Yes, he did.
So they are used to each other. They know what they bring. But I think that's the one thing that Vancouver's missing is he is hard support, and I think with him on the team, that they can make a run.
A hard support that can frag.
Yeah, just like Kuyuda says, I'm hard support.
Oh yeah. You sure he is.
We're going on a minute and a half here. Still nothing going on. That's why we're just rumbling here about transfer rumors. But now I think everybody's close by on the site. We might get some action.
Yeah, again, we're seeing that intel-heavy lineup coming out from the Toronto Paradox. Obviously, Maestro, Malusi, and Bulletproofs coming out from... Oh no, there was no Bullet, apologies. But it is Maestro and Malusi giving them quite a decent bit of intel. But there's Flores and Twitch, and oh, Ducky gets fried by Sparks. Sparks cannot get the double as Ties refrags right onto him. Guy Massive gets picked off by a Houston gunner. It's Vaccines who collects Guy Massive. It's a 3v3. The kills came in quick and hard those past few seconds. The rest of Toronto is just going to hold firm as they wait for Houston to come to them and finish up their drone work. There's 3 stuns left. Atonic takes heavy damage. He blinds himself. Where is Ties? Where's Naturalite? They're all playing further away. JPNBA, he's going to get pushed now with stun grenades. Where's Bolo? He's inside a bathroom. Vaccines and Bolo stacking up. They're pushing in through Astro. Can they collect the retreating Ties? Milky Way? No, they can't! JPNBA and Atonic. They take him out. It's all down to Bolo in a 1v2.
And the Malusi holds him in his spot, and JP picks him up.
Amazing, amazing work from the Toronto Paradox. Again, though, I have to say amazing work to Houston. These rounds, they may have dropped 4 in a row, but these rounds have been close, courtesy of Sparks, I have to say. But ever since the rehost, they have not looked as impressive. The Havoc...
I mean, if you're Toronto, though, I mean, obviously you're requesting the rehost, but it's obviously going to act as a timeout, those, 2 minutes that everybody's getting back in the lobby. But obviously, the rehost has made an issue, because I have not made dividends, because I have not seen an issue with lag, which is good. I mean, you obviously want to see teams play on as much of a fair condition as you can. So we'll see if Toronto's able to pack up these next 2 and go home.
Need to locate and defuse as many
because Ducky's got another game in like an hour and a half, so I'm sure he doesn't want to be here too long.
I mean, obviously, this is, the result will stand for this game no matter what happens. But it is disappointing to us and to the viewers, I'm sure, because I was quite excited to see if there goes Sparks. I was quite excited to see if Toronto could run with the Big 4.
Yeah.
And now we've been denied that. We won't know for another week or so. If they beat Atlanta, sure. I mean, they were 1-1. It was 1-1. But other teams have taken rounds off Houston like that before. So we can't really judge anything. His game, that's unfortunate. But then, of course, you're looking at Toronto and you're like, wait, so if they beat Atlanta, could they? How would the Houston game really have gone? And we'll never know, unfortunately, because you only face everybody once. Which is why we hate having 4v5s in this league, because, sure, I mean, there's still a chance you'll win, but it's not real. It doesn't actually count. Now this is a 3v5. Toronto should push it on to match point, or map point with this.
See, even though it's this, old Toronto would just run in here and see who can get the most kills. But I feel like Toronto's not going to... They've been saying that this game, they're not going to take it as a pushover, and they're just going to play their game. So I think they're still going to play their game and, obviously make sure that they cross their T's and dot their I's. So we'll see what they're able to do.
There we go. Vaccines gets the opening frag. He takes out JPNBA, who's been quite a big factor for the Paradox here. It's a 4v3, though. If they had Sparks, it would have been equal man count. It's not. Out comes, I believe that is Atonic's cluster charges from above as he fuses the objective, attempting to get rid of any utility that will plague them later on. Ties Milky Way. He's the only upstairs roaming presence, and I believe they know he's there. Naturalite takes heavy damage from above as he's brought down to about a quarter health. While on the smoke, they're going to want that operator to stay alive as long as possible. There's smoke is an active denial operator. Those track stingers. Oh! Ties evades them. He evades the flank watch. And now if he plays his cards right, he could absolutely shred the back line of the Havoc. But the Havoc know he's there. They heard him skirt past it. But they're both looking in the wrong spots. Ties, he hits Bolo hard. He takes him out. Can Atonic come in for the refrag? He knows his position. Are they going to play? They're going to play a little bit of ring around the Rosie. Ties, he's rotated around, but Atonic knows he's there as well.
I was Ties. I would just take the pick and go back. I mean, you got man advantage and time on your side here, and I think that's what he might do.
He's going to keep going for it. He's going to keep going for broke.
I mean, you're also wasting, these precious 30 seconds here. But
Atonic looks away at the wrong time.
Goes his way.
There we go. It's down to Vaccines, who snuck his way into sight. And I feel like he's going to collect Naturalite here. No, that's Ducky. He collects Ducky. Naturalite's also on low health. He evades his head. He isn't able to frag on the Guy Massive. Guy Massive does a knife by accident, and he gets fried by Vaccins. Can Vaccin... Will this be the second ace for the Houston Havoc? He's looking the wrong way. They need to swing him at the same time.
Make him put the case down if you're Toronto. Don't be dumb. And there you go.
There you go. I wasn't even looking at the timer. There we go. Toronto.
Well, the reason is because Smoke had 2 canisters in the pocket still. So even if that... 6-3.
Even if that, you didn't speak, Skittles.
I was just gonna say, Shadow Flash is watching the stream and he's a big fan.
Okay, all right.
RJ just said that in the Discord and he said shut him out. So there you go.
Amazing, amazing. So we are at match point here. The Toronto Paradox could finish this out at 7-3, or Houston could look to push it. They'll have to win 4 rounds in a row while down a person, or 3 rounds in a row while down a man to push this game to overtime. For the sake of our schedule, I hope not. And for the sake of Toronto's, like, dignity. Ow. I also hope not.
You wanna, if you're Toronto here especially, you wanna get all 3 points because your 3 points here mean a lot. Yeah, every point matters, especially crucial.
As it stands, Toronto is 7th in the Eastern Conference. Tampa Bay is in... Sorry, give me a second to remember. So Miami's in 1st. Atlanta is in 2nd. Montreal is in 3rd. Tampa's 4th. Oh, sorry. I think Atlanta's 3rd. I want to say Ottawa's 4th? No, I believe Ottawa's 3rd. Let's open the Discord.
Yeah. No. Ottawa's 4th.
Ottawa's 4th?
Yeah.
But I project them to jump Montreal. Montreal's 3rd. 5th is... Hold on. 7th's Toronto. Let's just get that out of the way.
Yeah.
7th is Toronto. Tampa's 5th and Boston's 6th. If Toronto wins this, and Tampa and Boston both lose today, Toronto's 4th. They jump 3 spots in one day.
Yeah, and obviously that's a big win because going forward with the schedule that they have, strength of schedule might become an issue.
Sorry, no, they'll be 5th. My apologies. They'll be 5th because I believe Montreal has 10 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll be 5th. So jumping 2 spots, and they're in the playoff. They're in the play-in, not the playoff picture. They're in the play-in picture. But then that's just having 7 will go a long way compared to if they were having to collect 4 starting next week. Again, they just want every point possible, and they've done that so far. They've guaranteed themselves a point.
Yeah, and you can definitely go forward, and if you can stretch a couple of those top teams, those Miami, those Calgarys, to an overtime and scratch across one point, those points are going to go a long way as the first engagement comes through here between Bolo and Natural Light.
Vaccins, he picks off JPNBA. It's a 4v4 now. Houston has gotten the opening frag many times, but obviously it doesn't mean much. Sparks, he takes out ties after ties, takes out a tonic. It's refrag for refrag here. 3-3. Can Houston push this to another round? Sparks, he gets hit by, I believe it's Ducky's SMG-11. Guy Massive is below, and Naturalite is still playing inside of Study, right next to the actual bomb site. As Ducky himself retreats, is going to go all the way around to Red Stairs as Guy Massive continues to play from below. He may be impact tricking with Solus to prevent the plant.
Minute to go here, the drones come through. I just got to give a big shout out to Ducky. That is very difficult to do what he's doing. As the engagement comes through, Ducky, as I was just talking about him, gets through. But I think someone snuck into sight. I think it was Bolo sneaking in. No, it wasn't Bolo.
Sparks.
It was Sparks who snuck in through the vault wall. There's your trick.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
It doesn't look like any damage was done though. And here comes the plant.
Here comes the plant. Can Guy Massive find... No, he doesn't. I think he knows he has to plant on a surface. Yes, he does. Where is Naturalite? Naturalite takes out Bolo. Can he finish this off? It's all... Spark stands between Houston and a loss here as he's going to get to planting. Guy Massive, hello? There you go. Nope, he's found Claymore. He hasn't found Diffuser. He's in the other bomb site, brother. He finds it, and
10
that
seconds
will
left.
get that. He's definitely relayed that information to Naturalite. Naturalite gets hit, but he collects sparks around the door frame. The Toronto Paradox will take their second win of the season to give them 7 points after a win here against a shorthanded Houston on Villa.
Hey, they did the job. That's exactly what you need. Especially, you gotta take advantage of your circumstances, and that's what they did.